Good morning. It's another great day. It rained a little bit yesterday. There were a few puddles on the trail, but nothing compared to today's story. I've been waiting for today. We have a whiteboard in Caleb's room, and somebody has been counting the days. And today is day 40 of the Tyner quarantine. And that number just bounced in my head and caused me to think about time. 40 days came to my mind. And so I've just been pondering the story of Noah. And I know everybody has varying opinions of Noah, but that story is reflected in Genesis 6, 7, 8, and 9 sometime. That's a good weekend read, the story of Noah. And I'm kind of a literal dude, so I kind of literally believe the days and the time in it were the way it was. I think things change, and so time changes along the way. And an example of that is in the days of the people's lives, and I'll go over that. But in Genesis 6, it says the culture was really messed up. And then there was a friend of mine says there's a lot of big buts in the Bible. And when it says the culture is messed up, but Noah, it said but, the big but Noah found favor with God. The moment you trusted Jesus, you found favor with God, just like Noah. And then it said right after that, Noah was righteous. And whether you know it or not, the Bible says the moment you trusted Christ, you have the exact righteousness of Jesus today. And then finally, he said Noah walked with God in that story. And that's what the whole Christian journey is, walking by the Spirit of God that lives in you. So today you walk with God. You may not get it right every day. You may trip over a root or something, but you walk with God today, which is really cool. So then here's this guy that's got favor. He's righteous and he walks with God. And God says to him, enough. I've had enough. I want you to build a thing I'm going to call an ark. It's going to be the length of 1.5 football fields. Imagine that. And you're building it. I don't know what Noah's trade was, but it says in Genesis 7:6, he was 600 years old. And I don't really know what that means. But at 58 years old, if you told me to build a 10-foot boat, I'd be a little angry about that whole scenario. But imagine you're building a 150-yard long boat in your front yard, and all your neighbors come by taunting you because they've not really seen rain before then. But so here's Noah out being a friend of God's, doing what he told him to do, which seemed absurd, I'm sure, to everyone, probably even to Noah. He was just listening to his friend God and doing what he told him to do. So he gets this thing built, right? He's got this big monstrosity out in his yard. He's got it built. And then God says, all right, big boy, you got 1 week to load this thing. Okay? 1 week, I want it loaded. So he follows the instructions. And this part I will encourage you to read because I think most of you that are listening probably think that he brought two animals, two of every animal on the boat. That's not true. That's an old wives' tale. So you can read it and figure out how many he brought, but it wasn't two, okay? Hate to disturb your day at 7:12 in the morning, but the number was something else. You read it for yourself, figure it out. So anyway, he loads all these animals, and seventh day, God closes the boat door behind him. He that's the picture of you being brought into Christ and secure. You're secure in walking with Christ. You can't do anything wrong to lose what he's given you because he's closed you in. So anyway, they get on this boat, and here's where the 40 days comes in. It breaks loose for 40 days. For 40 days, not only rain, but the Bible says the water was coming from the springs below. I was on a cruise ship one time during a hurricane. That was freaky, but it's a lot bigger than 150 yards long. This is a 150-yard long boat for 40 days. The water went higher than Mount Everest. Imagine that. 40 days of a boat like that. So here's Noah. I'm thinking, I've been in this room. I got a pinball machine. I've got a window, I've got light, I've got all kinds of things for our 40 days so far of quarantine. I'm thinking old Noah, man, that dude was bad to the bone for 40 days because there wasn't light in that thing. They didn't have electricity. It was dark. It smelled like animals. Ugh. Noah was bad to the bone and he walked with God. So here's what the time thing was I was thinking today. Time is really peculiar because it was 7 days took to load the thing. It was 40 days of rain, just massive water. 150 days after the water stopped filling the thing that they were on the boat. Noah was 600 years old. Can you imagine? Do you want to live that long? That's insane. Then it says, right before all this started, God's mercy showed up in Genesis 6:3. Genesis 6:3. He reduced the age of mankind in that verse to 120 years. Does that sound gracious to you? To me, that sounds like one of the most gracious things ever. 600 versus 120. Are you kidding me? They only had to live 120 years instead of 600. And then in Psalm 90:10, he lowered the number again to 70 to 80 years. And that's where we are today. Lifespan 70 to 80. Go to the CDC. You're probably looking at it for other information. It'll tell you 70 to 80. That's where we're at. So anyway, you get to the end of that Psalm 90:10 area where it says that that's how long our days will be today. And then right after that, it says, teach us to number our days, O Lord, so we may present to you a heart of wisdom. How are you guys doing out there? 40 days so far. Are you numbering your days yet? I know I am. I need out of here. Let's have a great day today, and we'll enjoy day 40 together, and then tomorrow will be 41, and we'll make it a great day. And let's take some wisdom with us today, all right? I'll see you guys.